not having as many pests, not having as many diseases has meant that my harvest staff can go in and pick at a high productivity rate.
Welcome back to the Vegalogue podcast, a dialogue about the Australian vegetable industry from AUSVEG. I'm Tom Bicknell. The need for good biosecurity practices on farm has been painfully underlined recently, with the incursion of the tomato brown rugose fruit virus in South Australia costing growers millions. But the benefit of good on-farm biosecurity goes a lot further than just this kind of rare but high-impact exotic incursion. Good biosecurity can also address the standard pest and disease pressures that growers face every day. It can translate to a higher marketable yield, lower labour requirements, or lower input costs. We had a chat with Rick Butler of Butler Market Gardens, a grower of spring onions, herbs and Asian veg in Melbourne's southern suburbs, about how he's addressed their biosecurity risks with some new technology.
Hi, my name's Rick Butler and I'm a sixth generation vegetable farmer and the owner of Butler Market Gardens. Yeah, so we're at Heatherton and this is our Burgess Greenhouse 3 and we're growing chives here. As a business, we grow herbs, spring onions and Asian vegetables. Pest and diseases are an evolving issue for us as a business and as a farm. And I think just recently, the cost to be able to control that with production cost has really sort of come into play. But it's an evolving issue. Every year we find that there's something new coming out there that's obviously giving us issues or causing us problems. And sometimes we get on top of old ones, and then sometimes a new one comes along. A couple of pests and diseases that cause us problems these days, and just ones that have caused us a few issues just recently, is thrips in our basil and our chive crop, and also mildew, especially when we're changing from season, especially in a protected cropping environment where we've got heating involved. So we're coming out of the winter into the spring. We do get some mildew pressure there. So that's considerably, I guess it's a focus of ours to try to fix it, but it can be quite damaging and, increase losses and obviously can be costly. So the systems that we've introduced here at Butler's to control or mitigate some of those issues of pests and diseases, and from a biosecurity perspective, is, I guess, from a club root perspective, we grow Asian veg. So, from a brassica perspective, we've got a lot of pressure from club root. We had a new farm and we tried very, very hard to keep it out. But I think year 4 we got it. So we're trying very hard to clean implements, etc., but it seems to find a way sometimes.
In the last few years, Butler Market Gardens has adopted a farm check-in app called OnSide. OnSide allows growers to track movements on and off farm and runs visitors through a biosecurity checklist before they enter. The software is available for free to growers as part of VegWatch, a levy-funded project run by AUSVEG that's developing a national biosecurity strategy for the vegetable industry.
2 years ago, we hosted VicVid 23 down at our Katani farm, and we were really fortunate that OnSide partnered up with the event, but also partnered up with us as a business. And we used OnSide to obviously track people coming onto my property as part of that event. Since that day, we've kept OnSide going here at Heatherton, my Heatherton farm, and it's been a really good asset for us to get rid of those handwritten visitor books. But it's been a really good opportunity for us to monitor the contractors that come in to do work on the business, obviously visitors, whether it's a customer or a supplier. And it's just been a good way and a good, easy, simple, modern way of tracking people coming on and off the property. And I think moving forward from a biosecurity perspective, that's going to become an asset to us as we introduce the next part of the OnSide phase, which is obviously something that we're really happy to be involved with.
The new platform has made life easier both for visitors and for Butler Market Gardens, and helps the business manage regulatory and certification compliance.
So we've had a positive response from obviously all our visitors that come to Butler Market Gardens. It's a nice and quick, easy way of sort of entering their details into the system. We've got a couple of questions that obviously protect us from, making sure people are wearing their high vis and their boots, etc. One of the cool little features I like is that I get a text when someone arrives. So if I'm at the back or I'm in the office, I know, my customer's just arrived, and I know I can go and greet them. So it's quite handy. And the feedback from them is it was quite simple to use. I think the one bit of advice I can give, other growers is fundamentally protect your business. Protect your business so that you're not, you don't have people just walking across your land and not coming in, and we don't know that they've actually arrived or there. And I guess from a work health safety perspective as well, making sure that the people that are coming on to do work or contractors to do jobs on the farm are actually arrived there, they've registered, they've got their their certification and all those things. And I think on-site really does help bridge the gap from a compliance perspective as businesses get bigger and as businesses evolve, and obviously trying to be 100% compliant as an operation.
But beyond those external factors, Rick says good biosecurity has yielded benefits in Butler Market Gardens' day-to-day operations.
The biggest benefit I've found from good biosecurity practices eventually has been my labour efficiency. So not having as many pests, not having as many diseases has meant that my harvest staff can go in and pick at a high productivity rate. With labour costs so expensive at the moment, it's got to a point where it's been an inhibitive factor for us to make money. So if I'm able to just go in and just harvest without having to worry about grading things out that have been damaged by, pests and disease, I'm winning. So from a biosecurity perspective, having perfect crops is the benefit, which then in turn allows us to be a profitable business. When people come onto your property and they're either visitors or they're contractors, it's good to think that they're coming onto your property clean and then they're leaving your property clean, and they haven't actually brought anything onto the farm or taken anything away to obviously infect other people's farms. So that's I think it's a good mindset to have for all of us that are farming here.
The Vegetable Industry Biosecurity and Business Continuity Strategy Project, aka VegWatch, is funded by Hort Innovation using the Vegetable Research and Development Levy and contributions from the Australian Government under project code VG22004. You've been listening to the Vegalogue podcast. Don't forget to subscribe and give the podcast a rating and review. Vegalogue is produced by AUSVEG, the peak industry body for Australian vegetable growers. You can find more news and information from AUSVEG at ausveg.com.au, on our social media channels, or in Australian Grower magazine. See you next time.